Top celebrities who are still rotting in jail right now by 2026. What do a Grammy-winning rap icon, a beloved sitcom dad, and one of Hollywood's most powerful producers all have in common? They're all locked behind bars right now, and they're not getting out anytime soon. While the world moved on, these once untouchable celebrities are still rotting in prison cells, forgotten by the industry that once worshipped them. Some of their stories will shock you. Others, they'll make you question everything you thought you knew about fame and justice. By the end of this video, you'll discover the #1 celebrity whose fall from grace was so devastating, even their family turned their backs. Stick around, because what you're about to hear is darker than you think. Fame, fortune, influence. For decades, these celebrities seemed untouchable. They commanded stages, dominated screens, and shaped culture itself. But behind the flashing cameras and red carpets, some were living double lives, lives that eventually caught up with them. Today, we're counting down the top celebrities who are still serving time in 2026, long after the headlines faded. These aren't just cautionary tales. They're reminders that no one, no matter how famous, is above the law. Some of these names you know. Others, you probably forgot they even existed, but their stories are anything but forgettable. Let's dive in. Number 10, Joe Exotic. The Tiger King still behind bars. Yes, the man who became a global sensation during the pandemic is still locked up. Joseph Maldonado Passage, better known as Joe Exotic, is currently serving a 21-year sentence for his role in a murder-for-hire plot against animal rights activist Carole Baskin. But here's what most people don't know. Joe has been fighting desperately for clemency, claiming he was set up and that his trial was a circus. In 2023, his sentence was reduced by a year, but he remains incarcerated, and his health is reportedly declining. Despite multiple documentaries, celebrity endorsements, and even rumors of presidential pardons, Joe Exotic is still very much behind bars, and the tigers he once exploited are long gone. Number 9, Josh Duggar, reality TV's darkest secret. Once the golden boy of the ultra-conservative Duggar family, Josh Duggar's wholesome image shattered when he was convicted in December 2021 on charges of receiving and possessing child sexual abuse material. He's currently serving a 12.5-year sentence in a federal prison, with a release date set for 2032. What makes this case so chilling is the hypocrisy. For years, the Duggars preached family values on national television, while Josh's crimes were quietly covered up. Even now, some family members refuse to acknowledge the severity of his actions. Josh Duggar's story is a grim reminder that the most dangerous criminals often hide behind the most respectable facades. Number 8, Danny Masterson, that 70 Seconds show star turned predator. In September 2023, Danny Masterson was sentenced to 30 years to life in prison for raping 2 women in the early 2000s. The beloved actor from that 70 Seconds show is now inmate number unknown at California Men's Colony State Prison, and he won't be eligible for parole until he's in his 70s. But here's the twist that keeps people talking: Masterson's connection to the Church of Scientology. Victims claimed the church actively worked to silence them, intimidating witnesses and protecting Masterson for years. Even after his conviction, some former co-stars remained silent. Hollywood's refusal to fully reckon with Masterson's crimes speaks volumes about how deeply enablement runs in the entertainment industry. But if you think that's dark, wait until you hear about number 7. Number 7, Tory Lanez, the rapper who shot a superstar. In August 2023, Canadian rapper Tory Lanez was sentenced to 10 years in prison for shooting fellow artist Megan Thee Stallion during a drunken argument in 2020. What should have been an open-and-shut case turned into a media circus, with public opinion viciously divided. Tory's fans launched vicious online campaigns against Megan, accusing her of lying, while others rallied behind her courage to speak out. Today, Tory Lanez sits in California's North Kern State Prison, still maintaining his innocence through social media posts written by his team. His case sparked a cultural reckoning about misogyny, victim blaming, and how society treats black women who come forward. And as of 2026, Tory Lanez won't taste freedom for years to come. Number 6. Elizabeth Holmes, Silicon Valley's fallen visionary. She was once hailed as the next Steve Jobs. Elizabeth Holmes, founder of Theranos, promised to revolutionize healthcare with a device that could run hundreds of tests from a single drop of blood. She graced magazine covers, charmed billionaire investors, and was worth over $4 billion on paper. But it was all a lie. In November 2022, Holmes was sentenced to over 11 years in federal prison for defrauding investors out of hundreds of millions of dollars. As of 2026, she's serving time at federal prison Camp Bryan in Texas, a minimum security facility. But here's what makes her story so haunting. She did it all while speaking in a fake deep voice, manipulating everyone around her with a carefully constructed persona. Holmes gambled with people's health for fame and fortune. and lost everything. The lies get deeper. The crimes get worse. And number 5, it's someone you definitely didn't expect. Number 5, Andrew Tate, the self-proclaimed alpha male. Love him or hate him, Andrew Tate became one of the most polarizing internet personalities in recent history. The former kickboxer turned self-help guru built a massive online empire teaching men how to be alpha. But in late 2022, Romanian authorities arrested Tate and his brother Tristan on charges of human trafficking, rape, and forming an organized crime group to exploit women. As of 2026, Andrew Tate remains in custody awaiting trial, with prosecutors claiming he lured women into fake romantic relationships before forcing them to create adult content. Tate denies all charges, calling it a conspiracy against him. His loyal followers still flood social media with support, but behind bars, his so-called empire is crumbling. The man who sold the dream of ultimate freedom now has none. Number 4. R. Kelly, the Pied Piper of abuse. For over 2 decades, R. Kelly was untouchable. Despite whispers, allegations, and even a leaked tape, he continued to dominate the R&B world. But in 2022, justice finally caught up. Kelly is currently serving a combined 31 years in federal prison for racketeering, sex trafficking, and child exploitation. He's locked up in a North Carolina federal facility, and he won't be eligible for release until he's in his 80 seconds. What makes Kelly's case so particularly disturbing is the systemic enablement. Record labels, managers, family members, and even some fans knew what was happening and did nothing. Young black girls were preyed upon for years while the industry turned a blind eye. R. Kelly's music may still play on some playlists, but the man himself will likely die behind bars. We're getting closer to number 1, and trust me, the final 3 will blow your mind. Number 3, Harvey Weinstein, Hollywood's monster. His name became synonymous with abuse. Harvey Weinstein, once one of the most powerful producers in Hollywood, is serving a 39-year sentence after being convicted of rape and sexual assault in both New York and California. As of 2026, Weinstein is incarcerated at a California state prison, reportedly in declining health. But here's what still haunts Hollywood. For decades, everyone knew. Actors, directors, studio heads, they all whispered about Harvey's casting couch reputation. Some even joked about it at award shows. It took the courage of countless survivors and the viral #MeToo movement to finally bring him down. Weinstein's imprisonment didn't just put one man behind bars. It shattered the illusion of Hollywood's moral authority forever. Number 2, Bill Cosby. Wait, didn't he get released? Here's where things get complicated. Yes, Bill Cosby was released from prison in 2021 after his conviction was overturned on a technicality. But as of 2026, he's facing new legal battles, and many believe justice was never truly served. While Cosby isn't currently incarcerated, his legacy is permanently imprisoned by the weight of over 60 accusations of sexual assault spanning decades. The man once known as America's Dad is now one of the most reviled figures in entertainment history. He's been stripped of honors, erased from television history, and lives as a social pariah. So while he may not be physically behind bars, Bill Cosby is serving a life sentence of public disgrace. But there's one celebrity whose fall from grace was so catastrophic, so complete, that it redefined what it means to lose everything. Number 1, Ghislaine Maxwell, the socialite who enabled a monster. Ghislaine Maxwell wasn't just famous, she was connected to presidents, princes, and billionaires. As the right-hand woman to Jeffrey Epstein, Maxwell lived a life of unimaginable luxury and privilege. But behind the glamorous facade, she was recruiting and grooming underage girls for sexual abuse. In June 2022, Maxwell was sentenced to 20 years in federal prison for sex trafficking minors. She's currently locked up at a low-security facility in Florida, and she won't be released until 2037, when she'll be 75 years old. What makes Maxwell the number 1 entry on this list isn't just the severity of her crimes, it's the betrayal. As a woman, she was supposed to protect young girls, not deliver them to predators. She had every advantage, every opportunity, every privilege, and she chose evil. Ghislaine Maxwell's story is the darkest reminder that monsters don't always hide in shadows. Sometimes they smile at you from the pages of society magazines. From reality TV stars to Hollywood moguls, from music legends to internet gurus, fame couldn't save them, money couldn't protect them, and in the end, justice, however delayed, found them all. These 10 celebrities are proof that the higher you climb, the harder you fall. Some of these cases still haunt us, others we've tried to forget. But their stories are warnings. Warnings about unchecked power, systemic enablement, and the dangerous belief that some people are simply too famous to fail. So here's my question for you. Do you think these sentences are harsh enough, or should some of these celebrities face even more severe consequences? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this video eye-opening, smash that like button, subscribe for more deep dives into the dark side of fame, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an upload. Thanks for watching. And remember, nobody's untouchable.